Josh's House of Nerd podcast.
Greetings, Nerd Nation. I'm Josh, and I welcome you to the podcast. Grab a cold evergreen goblet of blue milk and sit by the Christmas tree and make yourself comfortable listening to something less atrocious and more festive than a very bready Christmas here at my House of Nerd. Now for tonight's sponsor, Oogie Boogie's Casino and Pancake House. If you're looking for a scary place where you want to gamble and have a fresh stack of flapjacks, then come to Oogie Boogie's Casino and Pancakes, where you can gamble and have pancakes and more. Oogie Boogie's Casino and Pancake House, where our pancakes will make you feel alive again. Not a sponsor.
Why
Did
pancakes?
I miss the pancakes in the movie?
No.
Yeah, I don't get the pancakes.
No.
Just a random thing with pancakes.
Yep.
All right.
We have to
Fair
serve
enough.
some kind of food to be legal in the state.
We can't just be gambling.
No, I was telling the girls, I just wanted to tack something on that was just kind of random and out there and was kind of silly.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
totally
mission
fine.
accomplished.
And then we came up with that the end tagline, which helps us with that. So, anyways, we were just having fun with it, as always. For tonight's sponsor, for tonight's movie, today we're talking about Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas from 1993. So let's start talking about this movie. What do you guys think about it?
And we have a guest.
Oh, and I almost forgot my guest and stuff. Aurora, my daughter, is here tonight with us. Sitting next to her is Giselle, who may or may not talk also, but she's listening in as well. So
You never know.
yeah, this is Aurora's favorite movie, so I thought I would invite her. She watched it with me when we were watching it this afternoon. So
And very much enjoyed it.
I watched a little bit.
I can tell she's going to be a nice addition.
For sure. Someone finally knowledgeable about a movie
Yeah, exactly.
on this podcast.
Thank you for the compliment.
And she's not afraid to talk, as you can see.
So
All right, guys.
So what do you guys think?
Watched this with my boy. He'd never seen it before, and he loved it. Even though it's freaky at parts, Tim Burton does freaky in a weird way. I don't know. I think that's kind of one of my discussion points tonight was Tim Burton's freakiness and how it's scary yet not scary at the same time. Like what he does to soften his out of the world visuals.
I would agree with that. That's one of those things that, visually, I mean, he could scare the crap out of people. Did your son become scared in any way?
No, when the Oogie Boogie at the end kind of made him like get behind the chair a little bit and
That's just
look
unsettling.
out. Yeah, but other than that, he wasn't scared. He didn't react in a scared way or anything at all. And he's 5.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if like Tim Burton stuff like scares people. Like Beetlejuice when he does stuff like that. That's got some freaky stuff in it.
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that's an entirely different genre.
It is,
film,
but
though.
it is scary, but it's still a comedy.
Yeah.
That's all I mean by that. He kind of hangs on that, hey, let's have fun, but hey, we're just on the edge of being scary, but not.
Tim Burton can very much scare people, depending.
Well, I think specifically with Beetlejuice, there are a couple of jump scares in that movie, and there are no jump scares in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I know that the aim was at more of children, of course, with a hint of like maybe hitting that adult level.
Yeah, the amount of detail they put into the claymation, I guess stop motion animation more like, but if you paused on certain things, like the little pudgy kid that's on a leash, there's like some pretty grotesque imagery in there. It's just, it moves so quick and it's such a, cartoonish, kind of plot and representation. It just moves quick enough where you just don't really notice, but if you pause the frame and look at it, like some of the creatures are pretty like viscerally grotesque in their makeup.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think he was aiming for that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's it's definitely is Burton just being Burton. I don't think he necessarily toned things down per se. I think he did exactly what he wanted to with the movie.
You know, the more and more we talk about this, the more and more I feel like he was going more to that level of being an adult, for adults, but understanding that this is very much a cartoon and it still needs to be, on the edge of, still be appealing to them. I mean, this is a Disney movie for.
Yeah, it's not like the producers would let him, suddenly have a xenomorph in the midst of everything, and
That would be nice.
Although the cutting open of the bear was kind of horrific, the teddy bear.
So horrific.
Yeah, that was a little brutal.
Well, I mean, speaking of cutting things open, that last scene with Oogie Boogie, man.
Disgusting.
With him having all the bugs in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one reason I want to bring that up is he's kind of scary. And then and then I thought it was interesting that they had him all filled with bugs. And me and Aurora were sitting here looking through some facts about the movie, and we found that it took, like, the hardest thing of the entire movie was them doing the stop motion on Oogie Boogie. It took
animating all that,
animating all of it,
individually small parts. Yeah,
they said the whole Oogie Boogie scenes took 4 months on their own. This movie took 3 years to do. And
so they started in 1990, huh?
Yeah. It was, yeah. So, and then they said that the most intense, they said for every minute, it was about for every minute of, it was like a week for every, like, minute or two of actual live movie. So I thought that was interesting. And then the Oogie Boogie part all by itself was 4 months because they had to animate all the little bugs and at the very end. So I thought that was interesting. That was kind of a really more intense not intense, but there was a lot of stuff going on in that shot anyway, with all the, them kind of, in the casino area and on that wheel that they were on and stuff. But
yeah, the whole set was not. It's always interesting when I get into stop motion. I remember watching a feature they did on, I believe it's one of the animators of the show Robot Chicken, who uses a Nintendo Power Glove to help control his camera and to take the shots. So he'll do the animation, use the Power Glove to control the camera, take some shots, and go on with it. And so every time I watch stop motion, I kind of think of that feature and think about all the time and effort that goes into just the camera work. Not even the manipulation of the figures, but the camera work itself just amazes me.
Well, think about doing it with a Power Glove too. Those things were awful to play video games with.
For my time.
It makes it even harder to do it with the Power Glove, man.
Yeah, the wizard made the Power Glove a lot cooler than it actually was.
So true. I've tried to play with that thing, and yeah, like do the driving, like one of the old driving games. Yeah, it didn't do anything I wanted to do. Anyway, but that's interesting. I give these guys so much credit for doing this stop motion stuff. I wouldn't have the patience. I mean, I've seen them where they've done, like in Star Wars, the stop motion for the Tauntauns and the stop motion for all of the walkers.
It's crazy how much detail they put into it too.
I mean, I've done stop motion, and I think it's like 36 frames or 36 pictures for every second. And some of them, with those ones, it's even more. It's like thousands of pictures for every shot.
Yeah, so much patience.
I wonder what frames per second are, because usually it's
you could
24 frames per second on a standard film.
You could probably find it because it's pretty high.
Yeah, I think most videos, I mean, they do 30, but a lot of things people think it's 30, but it's most of the time 24 because most people can't distinguish between the two.
Right. Like live action is filmed at 24.
Yes.
Usually.
Exactly.
Unless you're Ang Lee and doing the whatever he did for the what was the one with Will Smith playing across from himself that came out recently?
Gemini Man. Yeah.
Gemini Man. Yeah. Yeah, like he filmed that in like super high resolution, super frame rate or something like that.
That we will never see because we'll never see it in a theater. Unfortunately.
I think it came out last year.
No. What I mean by that is it wasn't in the theaters very long.
Oh no, I don't think it was.
It bombed pretty hard.
Yeah, it did.
But it's on Hulu. Shout out to Hulu.
I'm still not planning on watching it.
All right, have you got that sponsorship yet?
Yeah, where's our affiliate?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's our 15 cents?
I'm waiting, Hulu.
You make the move, Hulu. We're waiting.
Okay, so Aurora, why is this your favorite movie?
I don't know. It's just, I've always loved it. I love the music. I love the animation. I love how spooky it is. And it's also kind of lighthearted in a way.
Yeah, I can see that. Like,
she
Skellington
knows the. Go ahead.
Jack Skellington as a character is a weird, like, he's wholesome sometimes, but then he's like a downright bastard sometimes. It's just really weird.
So true. I mean, I know she loves music. She has all the songs just memorized. I'm sitting there watching it with her tonight.
Yeah.
And she is just singing along with every word precisely.
She's also watched it for a long time. That's another one. Is it's more like nostalgic from when she was like younger, like 5 or 6.
What's your favorite parts, Aurora?
I like the Christmas part, like when he realizes what he's done, and then when Santa Claus comes to make their day better, and Sally and Jack on the hill.
Mm-hmm. Sally's been she's loved Sally for a long time.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw it, her basically suiciding out of the top of her jail cell and then putting herself back together. I was like, man, that's metal. That's straight up hardcore.
And to come out of the mind of Tim Burton too. It's like, what would be great if our main character or one of our main characters just, YOLOs from the top of this building.
Yeah.
Great example.
But I one thing that Aurora has said to me that she likes about this movie, and I know she's not maybe thinking about this, but she's told me how she likes it, how it's a redemption story in a sense, where Jack Skellington, you remember you telling this, that Jack Skellington was,
oh yeah,
he realized that he had done something wrong and wanted to fix it, and he got ahead of himself,
And also he realized that Sally was just trying to help him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the way I saw it, at least this latest watch, is that he's just oblivious to Sally.
Yeah.
Like he's not really like rejecting her or rejecting her ideas or anything. He's just barreling past her.
He just doesn't know. Yeah,
kind of as like, just a selfish, headstrong character. He even says multiple times this is what he wants. And I'm not like at the end he's still kind of selfish, right? Like he's still looking forward to the things he's gonna do. And then it's just kind of thrown out there as, well, also let's go and rescue Santa.
Yeah. I kind of feel like at the end, he kind of, he's saying it. I mean, everything he went through, I still think he learned a lesson of, hey, what I have, it's not everything is always greener on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
I think I wanted something different. And this whole Santa Claus thing.
Sandy Claus.
There we go. Sandy Claus, it looked like fun, hey, taking kids and all that stuff, but he realized that it was harder than he thought, and that his gig that he had was
pretty good.
Pretty dang good, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot more fun and more up his alley, I guess.
Didn't have to worry about disappointing anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what he did with what he would have done with the other holidays.
That would have been interesting.
I thought about that
I'm
too.
glad they didn't, though. I think having any kind of sequel would dilute this one to me.
No, I think it would bring the quality down, but you always don't have to watch the sequels. So I'm a big proponent of if you like one movie in a franchise and you don't like the other ones, that's okay. You just forget that the other ones exist, basically headcanon, and just go with the ones you like. And as a consumer, I don't think there's any injury. Like a bad movie later doesn't reduce the enjoyment of a good movie.
It's like the Little Mermaid.
Well, yeah, like there was only one of them, right? So it was good.
No. I think that's the point she was trying to make is
there's 3 of them, and the second and third are garbage.
They're awful.
I'm saying there's only one.
Yeah.
And that's all we'll think about is there's really just one.
There's only one.
That's what I said. Head canon.
There only should have been one.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, does it ruin the first movie? Like you can't watch it anymore because you know that number 2 and number 3 are terrible?
No.
Depends on the person.
I think it depends on the
movie.
movie.
I agree with that.
Like I really like the first Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm not a big fan of the second and the third. I like them; they're okay, but they're not as high of a caliber, in my opinion, as the first one.
Right.
I can watch them. I can watch them, but those two don't take away anything from the first one for me.
Right.
Of how fun of a movie that is.
I'm trying to think if there is one that does take away. That might be. I'll have to think about that.
Ghostbusters 2. Electric Boogaloo.
I was going to say the new Star Wars trilogy could be a study in that.
Oh,
maybe, but at the same time, like I can ignore the ones I don't like. So it doesn't ruin the ones I like.
So he'll focus on the first and the second one, and then throw Rise of Skywalker away, right?
So this podcast just changed. We're now talking about Star Wars.
Sorry.
It's Josh's podcast. We're going to talk about Star Wars. We've been lucky, like the last few episodes. He couldn't draw an equivalent between Oculus and Star Wars somehow.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me that day and stuff.
Or Jingle All the Way. Come on, there's like plenty of parallels there, right?
I don't know. I had Arnold, so Arnold. Well, I guess we did talk about Predator, so that's close enough.
What? How is Predator close to Star Wars?
It's science fiction.
Because it's in the same genre. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'd had a hard time. Now, I know this is a movie that my daughter has liked for a long time, but I had never actually seen this all the way through. I'd seen pieces and parts, but...
So what'd you think?
It's more like just me.
Yeah. Like her, my wife, like sit down and watch it, Aurora and Juliana. But this time I actually sat down because I had a purpose to sit here and watch it. And
isn't it awesome?
I genuinely enjoyed it.
You still fell asleep though.
You're not supposed to tell them
that. Leaking the secrets.
Burn. Man, I just got...
What part did he fall asleep at?
All of it.
No, I didn't. No, that's not true.
Basically true.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, I fell asleep for a teeny bit in the middle.
It was
for
right when
30
Oogie
minutes.
Boogie shows up.
What's
right
that?
when what?
Oogie Boogie shows up. Like around there.
Wow, you missed
Oogie Boogie.
Great part. Wow.
And
missed like the whole climax.
I did.
No, it was the beginning. It was in the beginning.
This is great.
The beginning one.
Josh's children out him. What else does Josh do? This is what we gotta know.
Oh, we got a list.
Let me see here.
Okay, we don't want the floodgates open.
I was going to say, I'm going to turn their mic off now.
You're really going to do that?
I did fall asleep for about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes in the middle and
30
stuff.
minutes.
And then they're like, "Are you going to watch this, Josh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't even know I fell asleep." It'd have been a long day. But anyways, I did watch this. I did watch those parts, and I did like this movie overall. I did enjoy this movie way more. I'm emphasizing this to these guys over here giving me dirty looks.
Good.
That about this movie, and I didn't think I didn't feel like before I enjoyed it, but I finally did. Maybe it was I had a purpose, and that's what helped me motivate me to enjoy this movie. But actually seeing it, I always would just watch the beginning. I never made it through the middle or the end and stuff. Well, before that's true. No, that's actually true before and stuff like that. I've never made it to the end of this movie and so. But this time I did, and I did enjoy it, and I would watch it again. But so. But I mean, just the one thing that really stuck out in this movie was just how high quality the whole thing is.
It's amazing.
Did you guys know that Tim Burton's not even the director though of this movie?
Yeah, he's just the writer or producer, right?
He's the producer and writer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually noticed that at the very beginning when the credits rolled, that the director's name come up. I'm like, oh, that's kind of unique that it's Tim Burton's whatever. Usually they call out the director in the name, but in this case they call out the writer instead of the director.
Well, and then Henry Selick went on and did some other big movies. He did James and the Giant Peach and then Coraline.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of have to have someone that's interested in that type of film, like a stop motion, do it, because it's just a totally different thing than like standard directors, I'm sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could see the other movies he did. All the other movies were right similar to what this is. Is James and the Giant Peach stop motion?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is?
It is.
I haven't seen it in a long time, though.
5 minutes of it.
I thought it was
Coraline, yep.
I knew Coraline was, but I couldn't remember if James and the Giant Peach was computer animated instead of, stop motion animated.
Nope.
And so I've seen it.
It's stop motion, and it's freaky.
It's very freaky.
That one is one I won't let Ian watch for a long time. That one's got some really disturbing visuals.
And I don't understand that because the book is nothing like that. There's definitely some differences between the book and the movie on that one. And so, because I really enjoyed the book when I was a kid and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad. That makes me feel good that your son was able to watch this. All of my kids watch it, whether they chose to or not.
Did you tie them down?
Yeah.
That'd be appropriate for the movie.
Well, there's my son. He was watching it over there, and he's got like one eye on the Wii U, playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and his other eyes, on sometimes on.
So he has 3 eyes?
Yes. So, but anyway, I think this is really good quality, and I don't. Kind of going back to what we were saying before, the thought did go through my mind of, hey, wouldn't it be kind of cool if they did do some of the other holidays or whatever to kind of see what would Turkey Land look like, or or Valentine City, or something like that.
Easter.
Easter.
It shows the Easter Bunny, so that would be kind of weird.
True.
Yeah, it's a good possibility that you can't. Like, what would they do? Like, what's his character arc in these other ones? Like, I could see that being a real challenge going to another one, because, like, it seems like the whole point of the movie is to make him again, like you were saying, appreciate what he has.
Yeah. I'm glad he moved on with Corpse Bride. Have you guys seen that one?
Yes.
And stuff. I actually don't mind Corpse Bride.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The music's
not
not
sure
as
I've
good,
seen it.
but it's a good
Yeah, the music isn't as good, but it's pretty good.
As you can tell, that's Rora's favorite part in this.
Did it have Danny Elfman in both of them? Because he did the music for this
I
one.
think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great. Danny Elfman's he is so good at what he does, man. I didn't realize how tied in. I thought he just maybe did some of the scores and stuff, but he did all the music, and he
voiced other characters.
Which ones did he do, Aurora? He did Jack Skellington.
He did Jack. He did
the barrel guy.
Barrel and the clown with the tearaway face.
Which is disturbing all on its own.
Yeah.
I forgot that Danny Elfman had such a range. I mean, he can hit some low notes and some high notes.
Definitely.
It was kind of crazy.
I didn't even know he could sing that well. I just thought he did music. Just produced like soundtracks and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done some very famous ones, but yeah, it's kind of cool to see that he also has that talent as well. And he is so multi-talented. It's amazing. It just blows my mind how many things he does do. So, anything else that you guys want to talk about with this movie? I can feel like we're winding down on this.
I don't really have anything else.
I'm good.
Aurora, do you have anything else you want to talk about on this?
Nope.
No more points that we want to make on this. All in all, I think it was a great movie, and I think it was a great pick, and I really enjoyed it. Let's go to the ratings on this. Aurora, since you're our guest, what would you like to rate this movie?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Sandy Claus.
All right.
And I will give this an 8 out of 10 Christmas Werewolves.
Nice.
And not only would I buy this, I've bought it, I think, a couple of times.
Definitely. You bought it 2 times.
All right.
Whether I wanted to or not.
Exactly.
I would watch this with my mother in the room. I watched it with my 5-year-old. I think my mom would be okay. I don't think she'd get too scared.
You could hold her
All
hand
right.
in the scary parts and she'd be all right. That's awesome.
And I'll give it 19 out of 31 tree-eating snakes.
Tree-eating
That's amazing.
That's pretty awesome, man. I was shocked, by the way, on how many times I saw the worms from
Sandworms.
Beetlejuice in that. The
Uh-huh.
sandworms from Beetlejuice in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw some of those and I was like, is that Nightmare Before Christmas?
We
But
went to
no.
we went to the party store. And
It was
they had 'em there, and I was
Beetlejuice.
like, I can't tell what movie it's from.
Okay. So moving on for next time, this is the end of this month's genre, and we'll be coming up on a new genre. And we're switching it up for the new year, where each month, each one of us will be picking a genre for that month. And starting out with the genre for January, John has picked the genre for January, and he will be giving us his 3 picks that we are going to guess from the month of January. John, take it away. What's your 3 picks from the theme of coming-of-age movies?
So coming-of-age movies. All right. Their titles are pretty simple, but hopefully it leaves a little bit to be thought about. So the first one is Coming of Age with Style.
All
The
right.
second one is Coming of Age with Dead Bodies. And then the third one is Coming of Age with Superheroes. So Coming of Age with Superheroes, Coming of Age with Dead Bodies, and Coming of Age with Style.
Styles first, Dead Body second, Superheroes third.
I was going to put Dead Bodies second.
Oh no, I was trying to get because you
Oh.
announced them which order, so I'm like, you switched the order on us.
Style,
Yeah,
Dead
then you went
Bodies.
backwards.
And then what was the third one more time?
Superhero.
Superheroes.
So unless he's pulling a bamboozle, I think I know what number 2 is.
Do you?
Yeah,
Which-
number 2 should be pretty obvious.
I have a feeling I know what it is too, now that I'm thinking about it. What do you feel like?
The problem is I really like number 2, so I'm leaning towards that one, but I could be persuaded.
I'm
If
not
you
100%
wanna
what
do
number 2
superheroes
is.
or Style.
The first one, I don't know why I'm really not going for the Superman or the superhero one. I
Okay,
don't know if I'm burned out on superheroes or what, but
I hear you.
a little bit. But it was either going to be, to me, it was either Style or Dead Bodies.
All right.
Roar, do you want to do a tiebreaker here? Coming of age in Style or coming of age with Dead Bodies?
With Dead Bodies.
All
She
right.
spoke.
Okay.
That's what I was
All
gonna say,
right. So
too.
Coming of Age with Style was Footloose.
I love Footloose.
I'm actually glad we skipped that one. All right.
Coming of Age with Superheroes was Kick-Ass.
Okay. All right. That would have been a good one.
That would have
Yeah.
been a good one.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one, and I enjoy Kick-Ass too quite a bit.
Oh, I've never
And
seen
Coming of
those
Age
ones.
with Dead Bodies, which you probably guessed, is Stand By Me.
Yep.
Actually, I didn't
Stephen
know that
King.
was that one. I didn't. I was thinking something different. Okay.
Yep.
All
No, I knew that one would be a little easier to guess, but I really enjoy that
I
film.
really think there's a lot of good themes to talk about with Stand By Me, though.
There is. There
There
is.
is.
I actually
Classic.
I own Stand By Me.
And we get to talk
like it.
spoilers on your ratings.
I mean, I don't like it. It's horrible. Jeez.
No, I meant on you owning it.
Oh, dang, dude.
Can't do that next week.
So yeah, I mean, we get to talk about Stephen King and all sorts of stuff. So this will be fun.
I'm excited because there is so many. There's just so many good themes, in that movie. I'm excited to talk about it. I know I've seen it a million times, but it would have been fun to see Kick-Ass, but I've never seen it before actually. But I am happy to watch and talk about Stand By Me because there's a lot of themes that I know that kind of fit me in those ways at those ages. So, anyways, great podcast, guys. Great pick, Crit. And so
No problem.
I like this one a lot. I'm glad I finally got to watch it with my kids and actually watch like it for once. Even though I still fell asleep for a minute in the middle.
I left halfway through, so
Not just a minute,
I
a few minutes.
She's still just torturing me here. Oh man.
That's what we're here for.
Well, thanks everybody for listening, and as always, may you be excellent to each other and live long and prosper from all of us here at Josh's House of Nerd. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching. For more nerdy awesomeness, please like and subscribe and check out our other nerdy videos.